Happy New Year, everyone! I hope you enjoyed the holidays and that you're ready to start 2019 with a blast. In this video, we'll be talking about the new 1.3.8 Fable software release. It includes a few bug fixes and some new features. So let's get right in. Alright, the first new feature is the new key pressed block. So currently we're in simple mode. And if you go to senses and key press, you'll see the block that we've always had with this down bar arrow with space bar, up, down, left, right. However, if you go to advanced mode, senses, key pressed, now this block looks a bit different. And that's because here you can press any key, which means you can have any key on your keyboard do something. You're not limited to spacebar, down, up, left, right. For example, you can have A. You could have 2. You could have the dollar sign. But some keys, for example, shift or control, they don't work. So if I click shift, it says invalid key pressed, and it wants you to click one that works. So a good example of how we can use this is having our Fable face here do all its expressions with different keys. So if I were to make that, right now, we would have a for loop, or a while loop first, and then we would have if statements. So basically, if A is clicked, then it'll be happy. If B is clicked, it'll be sad, so on and so forth. So let me just do that right now. I think there are a few emotions. I'll just put 4 for simplicity's sake. You can put as many as you want.
So let's say you want to be happy when you click A, you want it to be angry when you click 1, you want it to be surprised when you click B, and you want it to be disgusted when you click minus or dash.
So now that it is all connected, let's see if it works. So currently it's neutral, and if you click A, it's happy. If you click 1, it's angry. If you click B, surprised. And if you click minus, it's disgusted. So let's keep it at happy. And that's a good example of how to use the new key pressed block. So the next thing we have is a new progress blue bar that shows up when your updates are being downloaded. There's a little X sign and you can always click it to have it disappear so you don't see it anymore. But it's just a good indication that your software is being updated. Good stuff. Next, we translated the entire app to the following few languages. So if you click this little gear button, you can see it here. In language, currently we're on English, but you can have it in Danish, Spanish, Dutch, or French. And there was a bug that we fixed. So let's be fancy, let's go to French. Click OK, the whole thing restarts and everything's in French now. The problem we had before is that when you create a variable, these 2 buttons would still say cancel and OK in English. But now for all the languages, they are changed so that they are translated correctly. The next thing we changed is blocks orders so that they're ordered by module types. You can see this in actions. So for example, just look at the little icons. You have your little light bulb here, your music note. Then these ones are all the joint module blocks put together. These ones are all the Fable face blocks put together. So before it was all randomized and wasn't very organized, but now they are all put together in module types. Alright. The next one is a really fun one. It's a bug fix, and it essentially is the position of your finger on the Fable face app. So let me just show you. Let me make a tiny little piece of code. So if we are getting the tap position of your finger, now you can see that the center of the screen is at 0, right? Okay, it was. And that's the fix, because now it means that the bottom and the top are -100 and 100, right? So if I swipe back and forth, you can see that it alternates in a sine-cosine wave from -100 to 100. And that's the bug we fixed, because it used to be 0 to 200, but we want 0 to be the center and it goes from negatives to positives. So if we add one more to this, to make it a little cooler, we can have the tap position of the y-axis, let's have that in orange, and we can have that as well. So, as before, the blue one is the x-axis. So if I swipe it this way, back and forth, you can see that the blue line is in a sine-cosine wave. If I do it the other way, vertically, back and forth, now you see the orange one is going sine-cosine, from negative 100 to 100. And that's the bug fix that we did. So there we go. Those are all the bug fixes and new features of Fable 1.3.8 software release. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a like, subscribe down below, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!